guys, and welcome back to Squid's Art Adventure. And today we got a special guest, my friend Winton.
Hi guys. Sorry. Roberto, what's going on? You alright?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How you been?
Good. So what's the trailer, makeup, buffet, food, everything? Where is it? Where is it? I thought it was like a movie set or something. What's going on?
Huh?
Nada?
No, we ain't got that.
Coño, man. Esta gente. Roberto, how you not gonna have my movie set and everything?
Yeah, so, well, we're back after that disturbance. I'm just kidding.
Clearly disappointed.
Today, we're going to talk about good and bad anime / manga.
Nice.
Yep. So,
I don't know anything about art, but anime I do know.
Yeah, he knows. He's
So
an
I think-
avid watcher of anime.
I think I can
reader of
speak
manga.
for others
Yeah,
with
so
anime. So
today, like I said, we're going to start off with the bad. We're going to start off with the bad first. So that's what we wanted to do, right?
yeah, what's that bad anime that everybody likes but hates at the same time?
Yeah. So all right. So that's the thing. We're gonna talk about bad anime that's, like he said, that's bad, but everyone still likes. So
How many people do you think you're gonna piss off with this video?
I
probably
probably
a
piss
lot.
myself off too,
So
just because.
to start off the bad. All right, guys. So the first anime we're gonna talk about is near and dear to my heart. It's actually one of my favorite animes, and I'm almost positive everybody has seen something that has to do with Initial D if you've gone to an
Yes,
arcade.
sir.
Like there's arcade games all over the place. It's like, oh, what's this? And it's just like in Japanese, and there's a big D at the end of it, and it's a drifting simulator.
And you don't even know what initial
Yeah, so
D
you don't know
means.
what Initial D was? It's like, what is this? So Initial D is an anime that came out in like the early 90s, like 91, 92.
It's game my ages.
I'm gonna upset you, and you can leave this in the video. I had no idea it was a drifting simulator. I thought it was just a racing game. I've literally never drifted Initial D at the arcade.
It's not. I mean, it's not.
you would just
it's not.
drive
a
it?
simulator.
I thought it was just like
Cruising.
a themed driving game.
Yeah,
Just cruising. Just like
It's not a simulator, but the idea of the game is to drift.
I didn't know you could drift
well,
in
she
the
was
game.
obviously cruising.
Well, what car? Well, if you pick Shingo, the driver Shingo, you're inside of the EG like
I picked
Civic
the
hatchback,
Skyline.
and you can't drift in that. So.
Oh, I picked the Skyline.
Oh well, you could totally do 4-wheel skids in the Skyline.
Guess
They have the
didn't.
Supra in there too.
Yeah, there's a Supra in it too. You
Wow.
could drift in a Supra.
Well, you learned something every
See,
day.
Yeah.
you see, you were just cruising. So
I was
So-
just chilling, yeah.
Winton picked Initial D for the bad.
for the bad.
Why do you think that it's bad?
Well, I think you have to give it, the time. It was back in the 80s, 70s, or 60s, whichever.
No, it was 91.
91, 92, in the 90s, let's
so
say.
the 90s.
So they were trying to, I guess, how can you put
Well,
this?
they were combining two different animating styles. So
Right.
there's like 3D animation for the cars, and
Exactly,
then
and
2D
then-
animation for everything
But
else.
it's okay. Let's ride. Let's get in the car, and then they get in the car. And it's like 3D.
Yeah, and it just becomes a 3D
And
animated
then
car.
once they get to the location, they get off, and they're like back to 2D. It's like what the.
Well,
That's what killed me every time I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I agree in the beginning, in the first
Right,
couple
right.
of seasons.
Like the first couple of
The first
seasons.
couple of seasons they
Exactly.
did that, and I think it was mainly because of like it would be really hard to animate like cars
3D,
on a TV
obviously,
budget. Yeah.
and back in the 90s,
Yeah,
they didn't have.
They didn't have a ton of money for a huge.
They had
budget
division
for
though,
animation.
like props.
Yeah, but later on it gets really good. Like the animating,
I haven't
the
seen the
2D
new
animation
ones,
gets like on point. But I do kind of agree. Like at first, it took me so long to warm up to Initial D.
Like get used to it.
And like when I finally started to I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit down. I'm gonna watch this. I don't care what it looks like. It's about cars. I love cars, and I love it. I love Initial D. It holds a place near and dear to my heart.
Very nostalgic.
Yeah, it's super awesome. And like there are art parts that are very good. Like when they're inside of the cockpit of the car and they're like shifting gears
Shifting.
and you see them drifting.
I think-
like the techniques, like it has actual like heel toe technique.
Right,
in
right,
it.
right.
He gets the animators get that right, and like I give him credit for that. But I do agree that For the time, it was the two. They should have just tried to keep it 2D.
I think Gran Turismo 1 on PS4. I mean PS1 looked better than Initial D's cars.
All right.
Anyway.
Yeah. So to the next one. This is gonna be controversial. We're talking about Dragon Ball Super.
Dragon Ball Super, I love
beginning.
Dragon Ball Super. Everybody knows the infamous episode 5 when Goku
Super Saiyan.
Oh my god,
and
Super
like,
Saiyan 3.
He all crazy and his face.
And he's behind Beerus and he's like, one side of his face.
Yeah.
That got wrecked online, and obviously the fans wrecked the series at the beginning. But they made up for it if you watch
the
tournament and towards the last.
But I'm still gonna. I love Dragon Ball Super. But I'm gonna rip Dragon Ball Super.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're gonna nitpick it, and
there are
really pay attention
a lot of problems with the art and character designs for Dragon Ball Super. I love you, Akira Toriyama.
I don't like.
You're the man.
What was
But
that character, Monaka, with the little nipples?
oh, Monaka, he had big nipples. He had those gigantic nipples.
I mean, for his size, they were like.
he was small, but he had big nipples.
I don't get it.
That was weird, like a really weird design. But it was definitely a Toriyama design, like because he used to do like comedy, like Professor Slump. And
Right. And Adele, what was that?
Arelli.
Arelli, there you go.
Who's from Dr. Slump.
And he made Dragon Quest too.
Yeah, he
but
did
Dragon
Dragon
Quest
Quest. Yeah, it's a game, and he did the art for I think I know he did art for a bunch of games.
He
like
did a
Blue
few.
Dragon and
after he left
I
Dragon
think he
Ball.
also did the art for Chrono Trigger as well.
He did?
I believe so.
Well,
But
you can tell. Yeah, you can tell he did.
I don't think a lot of the characters in Dragon Ball Super he actually designed though, because like Brienne, like come on, like in the Tournament of Power, like there were some characters in there, like the I was about to say the F word, the blue slime guy that gets by Jiren, just the blue slime guy.
Yeah, but you gotta give it to Jiren. Like Jiren stares at you and you fall.
He was also Jiren's a dope character, but like his design, I'm kind of like.
But he's just bulk for no reason.
Yeah, he's just buff for no reason. And then when he went into like the mega nut mode and his head became all wrinkly because he was like super buff, that was weird.
And then you see his veins.
Yeah. There's some bad character designs in Dragon Ball Super all around.
That's funny.
Yeah. Also, I think the design for at this point it doesn't really matter. There is a lot of poor character design choices for Dragon Ball Super, and like it was because they looked too generic. And I feel like the Tournament of Power was very ambitious. It was a cool arc and concept, but because you had to make so many characters and try to make them so unique
and clamp them together,
they just ended up becoming quite generic.
But remember, he has a team of animators for the anime. And it's Funimation and Toei Animation and.
So if you guys watch Dragon Ball Super, you'll notice like the Jiren fight, the first time Goku fights Jiren, like forward, the animating got better.
Right from that point on.
Yeah, you know why?
Right.
Because they hired a team of animators from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Good. From Yu-Gi-Oh.
From Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah. The more you know.
The more you know.
So we're gonna move on to the next one, which is gonna be hyper controversial. And I know like tons of people love this anime, and it's Seven Deadly Sins.
Deadly Sins. I've actually seen it. I started watching it and I just fell off of it.
So Seven Deadly Sins they have some good character designs. Some of them are good. Some of them are really,
I don't like that.
Really,
that tall girl.
Really bad. You don't like Brian?
No.
I think that's her name.
Cause she's like a dummy. She's just tall for no reason.
Yeah, she's tall, but she's like cute and nice.
No.
But all right, so yeah, that was a pretty lame character design.
Right.
Her look is cool, but like her being a giant and like some of her stuff is wrong. But yeah, there's characters in there like, here we go. Everyone's gonna hate the video for this. Escanor looks terrible. Like, I love his face. That part of his concept, super cool.
And that's it.
But as soon as like he's like all buff and his muscles have muscles, it just the anatomy.
His muscles have muscles.
It's like SpongeBob when he had the anchor arms and his muscles had muscles.
It's like a double knife.
Like it doesn't make sense. Like there's muscles that don't exist in real life that he has, and it doesn't make sense. And then his giant axe Like the axe he has looks like a kindergartner drew it, and then an adult was like, "Hey, I'm gonna redraw this and then put it in the anime." So what they could do to fix it though is if they were to like redesign some of the characters, like Escanor particularly. Like I said, I love him when he's like not all buff and he's like skinny Escanor and he's got the awesome. He still has the awesome mustache when he's buff, but like he's like super cool. But like his concept is super cool. I just wish that the anatomy was better. Like some of the things that I'm gonna nitpick about Seven Deadly Sins is like anatomy and like just basic concepts for character design. Some of them are really generic, and that's what really like set me back from the anime in total. And I've watched all of it. I've watched all of Seven Deadly Sins.
I have to catch on.
And like Meliodas, he was super generic at first, and I was like, but then he kind of like grew on me, and I liked him. And then Buddy, I can't remember his name. He has like an iron mask on. He's got pink like gloves, and he was super cool. His design is like interesting, but I just feel like some of the characters are just too generic, and it's just like, oh, it's this guy. He's got lightning powers, and he wears armor. So
what's the point of that?
Yeah, and that like bugged me. But
okay.
I guess moving on, we're going to another controversial one that everyone also loves this, and that's Inuyasha. And
Inuyasha, you gotta love it and hate it like all at the same time.
I just hate it. I don't like it at all.
It's just very nostalgic. I used to watch Inuyasha, for years and
I don't like the art at all. I think the art's bad. And I think it might be like because when I was in middle school, I was bullied by a bunch of like kids who like watch anime, and they told me I didn't watch real anime because I watched Dragon Ball and Naruto.
And they watched Inuyasha.
And they watched Inuyasha, and they were like, "Oh, you don't watch real anime. You don't read real manga. You read Dragon Ball and you read Naruto. I'm reading Inuyasha. I'm watching Inuyasha. Like that's real. That's cool. But like the artwork is like just super bad.
Well, we had our
some of the characters have cool designs, but Inuyasha is a prime example of a poorly designed main character. He's like really generic looking in comparison to the other characters. Like he has a twin brother who's 10 times more designed. Just I can't even think of it. His design is more interesting. So Lord Shishomaru has like a really cool design. He's got like this crazy like frilly things going on. He's got an awesome kick-ass sword. Like he's like a quintessential like badass in the anime, and his design is like cool. He's got like really cool patterns on his clothes. Inuyasha's just got a baggy shirt and baggy pants, and he's just red, and he's got fox ears and a tail.
But it still look bad.
Yeah, it looks bad. He looks like a dumbed down version of his brother.
Well, imagine.
So is it like SpongeBob and Doodle Bob?
Yes. Imagine SpongeBob is Lord Shishomaru and Doodle Bob is Inuyasha. Like, which one would you rather have?
I mean, it's obvious.
SpongeBob.
Oh, I'm annoyed.
Doodle Bob.
Doodle Bob.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I know the white, all white paper.
He's just Inuyasha is like just so simple. I could never get past it. His sword is like kind of like lame. The Tetsaiga. All right. So now we're gonna talk about the good. And number 1, Dragon Ball.
The original
Dragon Ball.
Biased.
Back in the day.
No, I'm not being biased. A lot of people who grew up, they were like, oh, it's Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z. No, I'm talking about Dragon Ball. When Goku was a kid, and you'd go on these crazy adventures with Bulma and Krillin and Puar and Yamcha. Yo, Dragon Ball is like awesome to watch. Like it feels like the manga. Translated into television.
Into anime, yeah.
And all of the frames, if you pause it, look like an illustration.
From the manga.
Yeah, from the manga. And like, it's just,
it's
beautifully done, it's very simple, and that's a very good concept, and it's a very good example of what simplicity could do.
Keep it simple.
For a show.
Don't initial D it. Just...
Come on. Just initial D.
Just Dragon Ball it. Don't initial D it, just Dragon Ball it.
So, Dragon Ball, like if we take Goku, you can take any character. If we take Goku as a character design, even though he's simple, he's a kid with a monkey's tail. He also has the power pole. It's because he's designed after Wukong, the king of the Monkey King. Right.
From the tail.
Journey to the West.
Journey to the West, exactly.
Dragon Ball is
which is a book, Japanese book.
It's a retelling of Journey to the West, and it's awesome. And Dragon Ball, like I said, like if you were to pause any frame in Dragon Ball, it looks like a really good illustration. Minus like some of the like really perverted panty shots.
Well, and that and I didn't like Tien Shan. He had like a cone head almost.
Yeah, it was like it was just well done, like for a very simplistic anime and manga. And the character designs are unique and simple, and it's just
classic.
Yeah, it's
classic.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna move on to a lot of people's favorites. We move on to Naruto. And why Naruto is so good. So Naruto,
so many episodes.
Yeah, so Kishimoto is, not only is he a good mangaka, but he's a good illustrator. And he understands what a good design is. Like if you take Naruto, obviously take Naruto, he's a super simple character, but his color palette it's complementary colors. These orange and blue.
Well, and
just like Goku.
I think he made his hair blonde to appeal to the West.
Yeah. I also he is like heavily inspired by Akira Toriyama in Dragon Ball.
Awesome.
So Naruto, great design. You have Sasuke, super good design. The fight scenes, very very well composed. And if you look at frames, if you freeze frames in the anime, and if you like open up to the same like scene in the manga, it's like it's like toe to toe, and it's just very well done. The art is good. The anatomy is good. Good anatomy. Right. Naruto is good anatomy. I don't care if he has big, simplistic, eyes.
Right.
As a person, as a composed person, he looks good.
I think they did a good job.
Yeah, he did a good job illustrating Naruto.
Well, especially with the Gar fight.
Yeah, well, that's going into like animating. Like if you go to the Gar versus Lee fight, animating for that.
Definitely.
Like the animators who did that, super well done. They also did an interesting technique where they would go from 30 frames per second to 60 frames per second to emphasize the movement of the fights. So
they have some initial D in it though.
Do they?
Yeah, because they had the hands in the back, and you see that they were like 3D.
Yeah, but that's okay. They did a good job with it.
Yeah, but little initial D in the back.
Yeah, but they did a good job.
Is that what we're calling it now? Initial D.
Like whenever you mess an anime that it looks good, and then you just throw bits of bad, they just initial D it.
No,
but still overall, one of the best. But that's what we're calling it, by the way, right?
So we got that's Naruto. Next one, we got a classic that also I feel like is a little underrated because not a lot of people talk about, but Trigun.
Right.
So Trigun is extremely good.
You can't miss a bright red
trench coat,
freaking blonde.
It's literally a space western. So that's talking about the story, but we're talking about character design. Vash is such a well-designed character. Super simple color palette. He's got a red trench coat, he's got the blonde hair, he's got the glasses, and he's got his gun.
I just thought the two girls were annoying.
Oh, okay, the nuns.
Following him around and there were nuns.
Yeah, they were like
what's the point of that? But they're just looking at those people getting killed and whatnot.
They had guns.
So nuns with guns.
But the character designs for Trigun were unique.
Exactly.
They were detailed. If you were to like silhouette Vash, so you didn't see any detail, it's just a black silhouette of Vash.
Right.
You would know it's Vash.
Right.
And that is like the marquee.
That's what you want from
like a good design.
Yeah, exactly.
If you could black out all their detail, if you can't tell what character it is, that you have a problem.
Exactly.
And not to go back, but if you do that to like some of the characters in like 7 Deadly Sins, you like black them out, you won't know who from who.
Nobody cares about
the
7 Deadly Sins. I mean, we're just
So riding on the same track of Trigun, we got Cowboy Bebop on here as well.
It's
Cowboy
one of
Bebop
my
is,
top 5, maybe top 3 animes of all time.
It's amazing.
Cowboy Bebop is just simply you want to get into animation, you gotta watch Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, it's like a prime example of good animation.
And are you kidding me? Cowboys in space?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Who would have thought of that?
Yeah, it's pretty
Literally.
amazing. Like, I can't. There's nothing I can really say to really
We can't say
emphasize
anything.
it.
We can't say anything.
I wouldn't change anything
Or I'll
about
punch
Cowboy
you.
Bebop. The
Or I'll
artwork
punch
is amazing.
You say anything bad about Cowboy Bebop?
The artwork is
Just kidding.
next level good, and the character designs are super simple, super unique. Like Spike, the main character. If you look at him,
Yeah, you want to get into Cowboy
his
Bebop?
character design's amazing, and he's so simply designed. Just wearing it looks like a leisure suit. He's got his suit on. He's got his gun. He's got his amazing, awesome spiky hair.
Exactly.
Just
For the few of you that have not seen Cowboy Bebop, just watch the movie. Don't even start watching the season. Watch the movie, and then you get hooked. From
you get hooked to it. It's awesome. It's really good.
I
And-
watched it.
What?
About to hit you with this.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop.
What about Lupin the Third?
Oh, well, I love Lupin the Third. My dad also loves Lupin.
But
the Third.
isn't the animating shitty?
No, it's not.
It's alright.
It's good. It's got good animation. It's got very unique character designs. Like, if you were to black out Lupin, you would know it's Lupin. Same thing with his sidekick. I can't remember her name. The girl with the gigantic melons.
Gigantic melons.
I don't know
That's
how
what you're
to-
calling it.
The big bazongas.
Gigantic melons.
She's got big bazongas, and if you were to black her out, you would know it's her because of
Wow.
her goodies.
That's how you would know her.
Yeah, you definitely would. She's
Because of her jugs.
Yeah, she's very
Okay.
juggalicious.
All right.
So I'm gonna talk about this last anime.
Which is become a
manga.
fan favorite throughout the years.
It's one of my favorite right now. And it's One Punch Man.
But season 1.
Yeah, first season of the anime.
Second
And then
season,
they
it
didn't
was
have-
another studio.
Yeah,
and-
another studio. They didn't have. I think it's Madhouse Studio is who did season
Was
1.
it my house?
Yeah, and they did.
Isn't that the one that did initially?
No. But
No, but
One Punch Man season 1 and
Yes.
then the manga, the whole manga, all of the manga. That's like the physical manga is super good. No offense to One, the actual creator
right,
of One
he
Punch
was the
Man,
one. Yep.
and his web comic One Punch Man is not the best art, but it's
they
the
made it-
story.
Exactly.
It's the story that got people and the character
Hooked
ideas.
them all, yep.
And then when he wasn't able to draw it anymore, he didn't think he'd make it. I can't remember the mangaka's name. He was like, "Hey, I love One Punch Man. Let me do it."
Exactly.
And then
And
One
then
was
they
like,
animated it
"Yeah,
from
all
there,
right, you got it." And then they animated it from there.
Yeah, One Punch Man is a classic, and it's funny.
It's funny.
You
They
watch
think
it
it's the
and
satire.
you just start laughing at
Everything.
anything that
Yeah.
this guy does.
So even
Saitama.
their generic designed characters that are generically put in there to be the sidekicks, like Genos, is quite a generic
cyborg,
character.
human
He's just a
cyborg.
human
Yeah,
cyborg.
yeah, pretty much.
And
With freaking turbo
But
jets and
he's still well designed as a
Yeah.
character. He fits his role perfectly.
if you were to put him and then Saitama next to him, you would think that Genos is the main character.
Right? It's completely contrasting.
Exactly.
That's another
And
great part.
they look nothing alike.
Yeah, that's another really strong aspect of character design. When you have your main character and your secondary character, you want them to contrast.
Exactly.
And Genos and Saitama contrast like crazy because, Genos is sleek. He's got
Shiny.
he's shiny. He's
on
got black
point.
parts. He's got a really interesting design. And you have Saitama who's really average. He's wearing a yellow jumpsuit. He has a belt on, a white cape,
Simple,
and some red gloves
just-
and boots.
It's
He's
simple,
bald.
guys. Simple. That's all
He's
we want.
super simple, and then Genos is super detailed. He has tons of
Right.
attachments, tons of
So you gotta
things,
balance.
Yeah,
Both
so,
best of both worlds.
super contrasting main characters. That's something that makes One Punch Man really good.
Simple.
And what's awesome about Saitama as a character is even though all these other characters around him are intensely like
Like
over.
villains.
There's like the villains. Some of them are over designed.
And just
like,
they're huge
but like
for no reason.
they're over designed in a good way.
Right.
Because when Saitama comes in, it instantly brings balance to the frame because he's so average looking.
You know,
but he's just so powerful.
Which one? Well,
Saitama, yeah.
Oh, but if you know, I don't know if you know, but the last villain with the spiky hair, I don't remember.
Oh, Garo?
He was based off of, I believe.
Oh, are you talking about from season 1? Oh, Boros. He was based after Goku.
Right, and he just kept powering up, and he just kept, and then freaking, I mean, they obviously fought because he could take some punches, but it was based off of Goku.
Yeah, it was based off, that was like a parody of Dragon Ball.
Right, because he just kept powering up, and he's like, oh, I can feel it, and I've never had to
do this before, and he kept powering up, and then he like,
obliterates.
He like knees, let's talk about the animation for that fight. Like, if we talk about just the animation for that, like, art-wise, the animation was sick.
The explosions and like
super well animated, and like when you felt like every time that someone got hit during that fight, the impact, you could feel the impact.
But
like it was really
it's also a transition because they start out, you know, just punching and
Saitama punches him, and his armor breaks, and then Boros goes ham on him, and like every time they're fighting, you could see like the color trail, everything.
And they one up in each other.
Yeah, so something that was really cool about One Punch Man and the animating, that every time like someone was going to hit, right, what they would do is they would warp the animating. So you'd see it's stretching. So you can feel and it feels stronger, it looks stronger, it looks like it's moving faster with more, like it has that oomph behind it. So like One Punch Man, for me, is like the pinnacle, like season 1. Season 1 is like the pinnacle of what shonen anime could be because of the animating and like how well the characters like contrast each other and
make season 1.
Yeah,
season 3 back to season 1. We're gonna look over season 2.
See, I saw because
me too.
Season 2 is good. I'm hoping that,
but it's a cliffhanger at the end, and I didn't like the centipede, the whatever. Centipede.
I'm past that in the manga. I'm really far in the manga.
Yeah.
But like the issue is like season 2 is they didn't have.
I think they initially did it.
It was they had a different studio and they couldn't. They tried really hard. I'll give that studio props. They tried really hard to.
Yeah, but just go back to basic.
Yeah, they're not gonna. Madhouse won't do another season. They only do one season stuff.
That's it?
Yeah.
So they're not. So
no, they're not gonna do season 3. We're stuck with the.
I'm just disappointed.
Well, I guess that wraps it up. You know.
Thanks, Victor.
Yeah, I'm glad
for having me. Yeah. I mean, it is an honor.
I appreciate you coming.
Definitely, you'll see more of me because I will definitely be back anytime.
His next video we have with him, I'm gonna have it set up where we play like a little game. I'm gonna make a couple of like cards where it's like good classical paintings and like some more new paintings that look classical. I'm gonna have you look at them. Which one? You're gonna have to tell me which ones you think are good.
Perfect.
And then I'll explain to you why they're not good.
Okay.
or why they're good.
Right.
Because to the untrained eye, like you might find something that looks really good to you, but compositionally it's not good.
Okay.
So that's the idea for that next video with me and you. But yes, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell if you want to, get notified for all my new videos coming out.
Yep.
Also, leave me a comment on what you think about what we liked about our list, and if you have your own lists of animes that you think don't look good,
also comment
that below. I want to see what you think is good and what you think is bad. Give me a reason on why you think some of the anime we think is animated poorly or has issues. Give us a reason why you think it's good. I would love to hear from you guys. I want to start a conversation with you. And thanks for watching.
Don't initial D it. That's it.
Remember guys, keep inking, and I'll see you in the next video.
Bye.